Well, hey guys, welcome back to Prophets and Privateers with me, your really thankful host, Aaron. Wanted to talk today just really quick about something that I learned from an unlikely source a really long time ago. And that's the idea that theology should never get in the way of love. Like, I had a teacher when I was doing my undergrad that was actually a Catholic priest at the school that I was at. Just a super cool guy, an incredible dude. And he would say that all the time. Just remember, never let theology get in the way of love. Remember, never let your theology get in the way of love. And this is a concept that's being challenged in our world constantly. And we can go way bigger than theology. Don't let your belief system get in the way of valuing people. Don't let your politics get in the way of valuing loving people. Like, don't let the lines that are being drawn as division in our world allow you to step into a place of being divided. It's huge. It's super huge. So the thing that I would point you in the direction of is it's not our place to partner with the polarizing binary, we have to be split down the middle, Democrat, Republican, we have to be split down the middle, liberal or conservative thing. Like we talked a little bit a few videos ago about how your friend group, your tribe, these people around you should be different than you. Some of them should challenge you, like this is really healthy. But I would go a step further and say that there is something about having the option to be right or to love people really well that we have to sort out on an individual level, and then as churches, as organizations, heck, as a nation, we have to figure it out in that corporate sense. Like, what does it look like to say no? I was having a meeting with somebody that's really dear to me just a few days ago, and the thing that kind of fell out of me in that meeting was, if you're ever in a position where it feels like you're being forced to choose between loving someone or picking a side, run. Like, that organization is not for you. If your church is telling you you have to make a decision between loving someone or choosing a side, whether it's political or theological or any of that, you need to run. Like this dividing line thing that says love looks like agreement all the time, or love looks like condoning all the time, like this weird thing that's trying to be forced on us, get away from it. And even more than that, if you're listening to a voice, whether it's the media, whether it's stuff floating around on YouTube or Facebook or whatever social media platform that you choose to take part in, if you're listening to voices and you're leaving listening to those voices mistrusting or fearing or hating people that you don't have any connection with, you're probably drinking from a poisoned well. You're probably drinking from a poisoned well, because on the street level, on the real human interaction level, it's really hard to hate people. Like when you're actually connecting with someone and being in right relationship with somebody, it's really hard to be pulled into a place of fear and hate. But there are folks out there that genuinely benefit from us believing that there's an us in them, believing that we have enemies, believing that there's a separation. And in the church, this is sometimes birthed in theology being more important than love and caring for one another. And when we go outside the church world, it gets even bigger than that. Any opinion will, in one camp, this way or that way, turn into, I don't like people that aren't like me. I don't like people that have a different opinion than me. They're not trustworthy. We're going to vilify them. We're going to make it this spooky thing that it never needed to be. So the words of my professor from one of my first theology classes when I started out in a pretty rockin', tiny, private Catholic college, it still rings true today. Never let theology get in the way of love. Never let your ideology get in the way of love. If you have a lens that makes it so there are people in your world that are untouchables, that you can't at least care for them on a human level, your lens needs to be cleaned, or it needs to be thrown out, and you need to develop a new one that looks more like humanity. So I bless you with that. I hope that that becomes real in your world. I hope that the people that you're afraid of would maybe become the people that you're drawn to. Now, this is going to sound weird, but I think sometimes the folks that we're called to serve and minister to, the attack that comes against us will be a fear barrier against those people. Remember, hate isn't the opposite of love, fear is. And perfect love casts out fear. There's a reality that the very folks that you may be called to have an impact on and love really well, may be the people that you fear right now. And that may be the barrier that's stopping you from stepping into your destiny. So I hope that helped. I hope that becomes an open door for you. I say that all the time on this channel. I hope it becomes an open door for you to step in to what you're really called to, and to start as a people becoming a momentum and a movement that starts to disempower the power structures that are in place right now to keep us separated, because our separation benefits a political, religious system in our culture, and it benefits people that don't really care about you. So, love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button if you want, and thanks for being here at Prophets and Privateers. One of these videos, I'm going to explain what the name means and kind of the story behind it. We'll get there. Maybe the next time we'll get there. Thanks for being here. See you guys soon. Bye.